Watch closely. This is where most pilots say no thanks. We're turning final at about under 2,000 foot jungle airstrip here in Papua New Guinea. Going down to 71 knots.
500.
And approaching my committed area. Runway looks clear. 1 knot tailwind. I'm committed. From this point on, I do not have enough room to go around. Runway is still clear, don't see anybody or anything. 650 on the descent. .600 on the descent. Idle. Alright, nice and firm today. That's always nice. They just grappled this a couple of months ago. I've only been out here maybe 2 times since they've grappled it. It used to be very soft. But what I'm doing here is I am dropping off a thing of propane for a missionary that's coming out here in a little bit, and 1 box, and then I'm heading on to another place. So if you enjoyed this landing, stay tuned because it's going to get better from here on out. We're heading up to a mountain airstrip called Yoke, just about 15 minutes away over these mountains, all the way up to like 9,000 feet. You can see we're basically sea level at this point. Let me just drop this off. We'll be on our way on our next flight, where I'm meeting up with our helicopter up there. Okay, like I said, just a quick one. Go ahead and get started. Wait for my ITT drop all the way down below 200 before introducing my fuel. There we go. Fuel pressure awfully low. There we go. Now it's coming in. And peaks out at a 690. Not bad. All right, there we go. Up to Yoke. Let's activate this leg here. Back taxi, because this is just a one-way airstrip here. Obviously, because there's jungle down there. Moresby 1267, November Tango Echo Taxi. Moresby 8819er, November Tango Echo Taxi.
November Tango Echo Moresby.
Morning, good. November Tango Echo Taxi, Mariama, Yoke 1 POB.
November Tango Echo North Border Traffic.
November Tango Echo. All stations, Mariama, Kodiak, November Tango Echo, back taxiing for departure to Yoke. So this particular runway, like I said earlier, it's around 2,000 feet long. It used to be very soft. There's like a stream over here that's been washing away the runway for the past 15 years. And they've diverted it, I think, 3 different times, so it doesn't continue to go down. It's well because it used to be so soft down here. The gravel definitely helps quite a bit. It still is soft, believe it or not, because the gravel they use is very sandy gravel. If you can see, my tire is sinking maybe about an inch. Just get power to get straight back out, yeah. So it's not the most compacted stuff, unfortunately, but it is way better than what we had before. Fuel is on. Caps have been checked, selectors are both on. Controls we just checked, our train awareness system is turned off, our switches and instruments. Got going up to Yoke, we've got 60 knots for rotate speed, we've got 20 degrees of flaps. Trim and aboard. On this one we're going to be 1, 2, I'm going to actually start, I'm going to go off to the left a little bit because this right side is a little bit softer. And we're going to be 30 knots by the second cone and increasing well on the right or the left, where we'll stop on the runway. After takeoff, we'll pitch for 85 knots, considering our EPL, our emergency power lever. Considering feather, if those don't work, cut up, pull off, shut off, emergencies, masters, crack my door. 85 and then 80 full flaps before turning masters off. Ignition inlet and lights are good. High idle. Ignition condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses and prop. 31 degrees, so 1540 on the torque. All stations Mariama, November Tango Echo, departing Mariama. We'll be in a left-hand turn, heading 215 for Yoke, on climb to 100,000. And we'll do a rolling start, just so we're not picking up any of these stones. 1540. Airspeed's alive. There's our 30 continuing. Bump up our ITT a bit. There's our 60. Bring our torque just back a little bit. Give them a wave. There's 10 degrees of flaps. There's a 0. I'm going to aim for that over there just so I can continue my climb and just head right over top of those clouds. Let's get some back pressure in here though and bring our prop back to 2000 RPM. Moresby 126.7, November Tango Echo departure.
November Tango Echo Moresby.
November Tango Echo departed Madiala, time 3-1. We'll be tracking 215 on climb, not above 9,000. Estimating Yifki time 49er. Copy, possible traffic, Mike Echo Whiskey.
November Tango Echo, roger. No addition for the traffic at this stage and at time 40. Calling primary 128.5, secondary 8819.
128.5, 8819er, time 45. November Tango Echo.
November Tango Echo, that's at time 40.
Correction 40, November Tango Echo. Alright, now that we're up and out, turn our light, engine inlet back to normal, igniters off. Alright, while we're in the climb, let's go over the strip chart with you guys for Yifki. We got to go all the way up to 9,000 feet to get over top of that dark brown area. And then it drops right back down, and it's located at 3,100 feet. So I got to go from 9,000 feet down to 3,000 feet in about 5 or so miles. We're coming in here from the north, and we're going to fly directly overhead. Mike Echo Whiskey, an MAF Caravan might be out there possibly. Our helicopter possibly might be out there. So we'll see. It's going to be a busy one this morning. We'll be flying overhead, 4,300 feet over top of this ridge over here. There's some trees, and that's just kind of scraping those trees. We'll come in here 3850, turn 3650, and I think I might actually turn to 3700, but we've been kind of looking at the altitudes. I mean, I've been coming in here, I've gone in here, I would say hundreds and hundreds of times, but I always feel like I'm a little low and kind of flat coming in. So I think I'm going to come in at 3,700 feet, turning final today, and see if that might bring up my approach to be a better string coming down rather than sagging and then coming in and then coming in again. So we'll see. But our safe go around point is at the river. And you can see the profile here. It's just a nice 6% slope all the way up. When I click on the landing performance, it says my VREF, which is my approach speed, is 70 knots. But because it's a sloped runway, I'm going to have to match the slope before I flare. Just like if it was a flat one, you match the slope, so if it's flat, and then you flare. Well, in that transition when there's a slope, I need to add a little bit of knots to speed to be able to transition without just bleeding it all off and then just stalling. So we're going to come in at 71 knots. I've already got that set up. And if we scroll on down, I'll throw up a drone shot so you guys can see a little bit better what it looks like. It's a pretty confined valley, really cool place. And looking ahead, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Moresby 1285, November Tango Echo, chart call.
November Tango Echo, Moresby, reading you strength 5.
November Tango Echo, maintaining 900,000, estimating Yifki time 5-1, and copy possible traffic, Mike Echo Whiskey.
November Tango Echo, no additional reported traffic.
November Tango Echo. Leveled at 9,000, our speeds are up to 130, our torque's at 1490 for our climb, but let's pull it on back at 1250. There we go, we'll let it sit, just kind of settle on down on its own. There we go. I usually pull it back right around 1270 and then let it set kind of in and then let it sit there for maybe a minute and then make any small adjustments. And if you'd like to learn how to fly specifically the Kodiak, I've got a flight simulator course for you guys available. I've run deals on it all the time, 50% off. So it's normally 50 bucks, so 25 bucks. It's a few hours long. It teaches you everything from takeoff, cruise, landing, descent. I mean, everything, how to even fly G1000s, where to look, how to set it up, and like how to set up like a descent profile. Like right here, I want to go down to 4,300. We're going to want like 1,000 feet per minute at least, probably 1,100 feet per minute, and I'm going to show you why here in just a minute. If we come back to the big map, that big brown area right there, those are those 9,000 foot mountains you can see right ahead. And if I have too shallow of a descent, then I'm just going to basically kind of go right into them. So I need to have a really steep descent to go over top of them and get down on the other side. So if you like learning things like that, I know you guys are going to love this course. I'll leave a link down below. Our runway heading is going to be runway 11. So I'm going to throw my autopilot on heading mode so that when I hit my OBS down here, I can turn this to 110. And it will show a line of the orientation of the runway. When I get into the Yipki circuit, I'm going to be doing a practice go around, and the reason being is, for one, we're required to do at least one go around every month to stay current. Let me just share why it's so important to stay current on your go arounds. It's because it's not something that most people do. Most people might even go years without doing a practice go around, but then when it actually comes to actually doing it, they don't remember the correct procedure, or they're too stressed out and mess it all up. And well, as you'll see on my second channel, just called Ryan_Ferran, I cover general aviation crashes and go over lessons and stuff. I did one about a crash up in Northern California where the pilot, who had over 2,000 hours, he'd been flying for 20 or 30 years, had to do a go around, and he probably hadn't done one in possibly years. I have no idea. But he did it incorrectly and ended up killing him and his daughter and son-in-law as well. So that's why it's so important to practice these things. But if you guys are interested in that kind of content, you guys like learning, you know, lessons that we can learn from other people's mistakes, I know you guys are going to really enjoy it. I really enjoyed putting these videos together and doing the research for you guys. So check it out. I'll leave a link at the end of this video, and maybe up here if I can remember as well. Well, let's start our descent now. I guarantee you we'll get over these mountains. All stations, GFQ 128.5, Kodiak November Tango Echo, 8 miles to the north, 8,700. Will be circuit overhead Yifki at time 50. If we have to go around, which we will today, power up 20 degrees, pitch for 12, right-hand turn, reset top of the, probably it's going to be both ITT and torque because we're at 3,000 feet, 4,000. Probably going to say ITT, depends on the altitude. I'm heavy today, so we're going to do it at the river or maybe just a tiny bit before, depending on how it's all looking and depending on what my winds are doing. If Mike Echo Whiskey is there and I go around, he's probably going to be like, oh no, what's going on? But that's alright, I need to practice anyway. So 10 degrees of flaps. That'll allow us to have a steeper descent angle without increasing our airspeed. Alright, let me bank my wing and take a look and see down. Alright, Mike Echo Whiskey's at the end of the runway, which is fine. This is a super long runway. All stations, Yifki, November Tango Echo, in the circuit, Yifki. 20 degrees of flaps, so I still got to get down quite a bit. There's our 91. We're looking for 3850 over here. I'm still going down 900 feet per minute, so pretty quick. Start shallowing that out. 181 on base. Okay, here's our 3850, slowing to 81 knots.
500.
Start getting our right rudder pressure in. There's our 81 knots, 3840 now. Up to 3,700. All stations, Yifki, November Tango Echo, on base. We'll be practicing practice go around.
500.
There's our 3,700 feet. Full flaps checklist is complete. Turning final. On to 71. Up to the river for our go around. There's our 71 knots, 600 feet on the descent. This looks really nice. Here is the river. Let's go around, power up, 20 degrees, pitch for 12, add to the top of the green.
500.
Pitch up a little bit more, 12. There we go. That's why you practice these things, because if you don't, things can happen really quickly. Okay. So the reason why I say pitch for 12 is right there. If I say I'm going for 73 knots,
500.
well, I go, I'm 79. I'm clearly not enough. But how much do you pitch up? Well, in the Kodiak, it's 12 degrees. Gets you pretty close to what you're looking for. Let's remain 20 degrees of flaps. So even that go-around was not perfectly smooth, and I do them pretty often. So that's why it's important. I recommend, if you're a pilot, to do a go-around at least once every month or 10 hours of flight time. Just one. Turn at base, a little bit high. 91 knots, slow into 81 knots. All stations, UFP Nova Bank Echo, base.
Grid.
Turning final 3700. Here's our 81 knots almost. A little bit fast, slowing down. A little bit fast. Full flaps checklist is complete.
500.
There's a 3700.
You try for Mike Echo Whiskey. Are you happy for us to be parked here, or should we just go into the parking bay?
No, you're fine. I was just practicing go around. Turning final now.
Okay.
71 knots. A little fast on the descent, shallowing it out. There's our 71 knots, 550 on the descent. That's what we're looking for. Coming up on committed.
500.
I'm committed. 6 knot right crosswind. 550 on the descent. Nice and stable. Match the slope before pulling power. .450 on the descent, getting a little shallow. Level it off for a second. Alright, now we'll keep coming down. Airspeed's dropping, get my power in. Alright, looks like he might already be started up, ready to go. So there's, like I said, if you're interested in doing a Kodiak sim course, I've got a link for that. And also, if you guys want to check out my second channel where I cover crashes and why it's important to do go-rounds just like I just did, because it could save your life by practicing, then check out this link up here at the very end of this video. Thanks, and see you guys next time.